does it look, Melissa?
I just am not sure about these two on this side. That side's good.
Okay. Looks good, Melissa.
It looks good to me. I actually thought you were going to be like, ah!
We didn't even have an argument.
Off by a quarter of an inch.
We didn't even have an argument. So,
No, but when you were backing up, I was like,
so by the way, welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans.
thank you.
We just
Just got back together.
we
No.
just brought another pack of lumber in here, pack of pine, we're calling that. Now this stuff here will get moved down to the pavilion once we get the floor poured in there. But I just wanted to get it somewhere inside here. Got a little eastern red cedar on top. This afternoon I actually saw a little bit of 8/4 walnut put on top of this lift right here.
Okay.
Melissa, do you want to tell them about the fire starter that is...
Yeah, behind me, there's plenty of inventory on the fire starter, so that'll be on the website. Go to outdoorswiththemorgans.com and click shop, and you'll be able to shop for your fire starter, and that'll get shipped out to you. Perfect timing for spring has definitely started to arrive. The grass is green. We've had plenty of rain over the past month, let's just say.
Incredible amounts of rain.
And then it works out great because you have this wind, which is, you know, beautiful sunshine, and then wind, and you're like, oh, it's kind of cool, but the wind's drying things up, and things are blooming and growing. Dandelions are popping up.
The last 2 weeks, I bet it's safe to say we had 8 inches of rain.
In the last 3 weeks, because I have a friend that lives in a flood zone, and I talked to her yesterday, and they were 2 inches from flooding again, and she said they just replaced like furniture and carpet in their finished basement 3 weeks ago. So yeah.
Yeah. And then the sun comes out, like you say, the sun and the wind, and it dries up pretty quick.
It does. You don't realize it because the whole time you're like,
this is never going to end.
Oh my goodness, the rain, it felt like it was never going to end. And anybody that has dogs, I'm sure you understand, you wait for that, oh, let's see if the rain lets up a little before we let them out, you know, until you get to the point that your pack of dogs is lined up at the door going, hey, like it or not,
we got to go.
Out. So, you know, it's crazy because then they come in all muddy and...
It's the whole thing.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, but yeah.
So yeah, the fire starter, 1.75 pound and 4 pound bags. And the 1.75 is 2 for $25. And we even have some boxes of 10 of the 1.75.
Right.
The other thing, newsletter. We're really pushing the newsletter. Doesn't cost a nickel to sign up for the newsletter.
Yeah, and you get some good insider.
Yeah, some behind the scenes stuff. Go to outdoorswiththemorgans.com. There will be a pop-up.
A box pops up with a place for you to enter your email address. Very simple.
Yep.
So do that, and those go out definitely once a month, if not twice a month, depending on what kind of news we have to share.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take the skid loader down to the Woodyard. Maybe in a little bit. You want to run the chipper a little bit today?
Sure.
While I'm sawing or something.
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
What do you think, Melissa?
Looks good. I think it's similar to anything I make with shredded chicken. Some of it's kind of chunky and some of it's fine and just perfect.
I think we need a bigger trailer. Use the big dump trailer or something. You filled this up like in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it works
How did that hold up in the chicken run after all the rains?
nicely. Very nice. Much, much better than what people have recommended. Some suggestions were like use shredded mulch, and that just breaks down. That just causes
So
more
fast.
moisture. Yeah.
Yeah.
This holds up. There's not a lot of breakdown, and it's a good floor base for them. They love pecking through it, and that's good. So
Over time it'll break down, but and even like the pine shavings that people buy at Tractor Supply,
that's the worst.
it just goes away
It
in a
brings
day.
a lot of moisture to the ground, the surface. So that's not good for their runs at all.
Yeah.
But this works perfect. I'd like to see about doing some on my trails.
Yeah.
See what you think. Although once again, it'd probably bring more moisture.
But on the walking trails it okay, but just where you run equipment, I think I just pound it down into the mud and make more mud.
Right.
What'd you say?
I said, I can't believe you haven't backed into your building yet.
Well, I probably will now. She doesn't like the chunky rock.
Oh no, I don't like that thick stuff. Look how big this is. And here it's just, there's no give to it. Whereas this other stuff, that it's smaller and there's give, you know?
You have weak ankles, Melissa?
No, I do not. You do. Mike Morgan could turn an ankle. I could totally fall on my face, but I don't. My ankle.
All the Morgans have ankle issues.
Yeah. I'm not a Morgan. I just married a Morgan, but I'm extremely flexible. Let me tell you something.
You're kind of picking and choosing what you're saying here. I know.
Do you remember, this was before Levi moved out. He lived with us. He moved out and then he came back and lived with us for a short time. Somehow we locked ourselves out of the house. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I climbed in through the window. Do you remember my ankle? We got down off this piece of furniture and there was a 2-quart bottle of juice, but he had it filled with water on the floor. I went down off of that and my ankle just, like my foot and everything. Well, you saw it, didn't you?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, but the bottle made a crunching noise. So he goes, you broke your ankle, didn't you? And I hopped up. I go, no, but I landed on that water bottle. And
it was sideways. Her ankle was sideways.
But my feet, and there's, I'm sure there's a lot of flexible people watching this video. Like this here, for example.
You just took your boot off and stuck your foot up there.
Like my ankles, I'm just showing you. My ankle's pretty flexible. There's a lot of give to a lot of my joints.
Not me, I'm brittle.
But in being flexible, I could totally fall on my face because there's no strength in any of that holding me up.
So what do you think of the split fire?
I love it. It's totally a split fire. Granddaughter Thea is a split fire.
Yeah.
But no, I like it. You had me kind of, I felt like there was a mystery to, like, don't look down, so I only went so far.
Well, I just don't want you standing over top of it because some stuff occasionally will pop out, and then when you feed it, you just let it go down this side, and it goes right through that thing.
Right.
If you try hitting it right here, it's going to struggle a little. You just let it slide down that same angle on that side.
Okay. I got a feel for it, and then I understood when I put one in wrong, and if it bounced out, I got it. I'm like realizing.
Yeah, this is the first time you ran this one.
But I wanted to see. I love to see.
Yeah, don't.
The shred.
Yeah, it's scary. Don't.
The misery of that stick going.
Poor. I just took that load of chips down to nephew Christian's. I'm not sure if he's going to use it in his garden or maybe his chicken run, but I'm sure he'll use it for something. I just stopped down here. This is where my mom's driveway cuts up the hill there. But you see everything that's green right now? I mean, it's just everywhere. This is a worse place. That is all privet. That's another gift from China, another invasive. The only luck we ever had in getting rid of it, my dad used to spray it. It drove him crazy. But that's honestly where the excavator and the thumb or the rake come into play. Just rip the whole thing out of the ground, roots and all, burn it. But it's just everywhere down in here. Up to the house a little bit ago and split a little bit of firewood. Now we're going to saw up a little walnut log here into some 6/4. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do with this one. Live edge 6/4, which is 1.5 inches thick. Everybody always asks why I call it 6/4 and not just 1.5 inches. Because that's how you do it. I love days like this, I do. Just do a little bit of everything and get a lot done before the day's over, and it breaks up the monotony, I guess you could say. But the weather's been just beautiful, especially compared to what we've had. We talked about that earlier in the video. But it's amazing how fast, like a little bit of sunshine, well, a lot of sunshine and a bunch of wind, how quickly it can dry things up. I mean, there's still mud around for sure, but compared to yesterday, oh man, it was just a disaster. We live on top of a hill, and you're like walking through the yard, and it's just like pumping water up all over the place. right, out of that one little walnut log, I got 3 nice pieces of 6/4 live edge, and then 3 pieces 8/4, about 6 inches wide. A little bit of sapwood here and there. Overall, pretty nice stuff. But anyway, like I said, this was a pretty productive day. I did not even film this morning, but Levi was here this morning and we sawed a bunch of that red pine. He's making like raised beds for the trees that he's planting. He has a bunch of chestnuts, the Chinese chestnuts. He grows those. He grows all kind of trees. I don't know his whole system. Some of them stay in the refrigerator all winter long. Then he brings them out. Like those chestnuts, I've done that before. They'll get like a root coming out of them by spring. You leave them in a baggie with like a wet paper towel. That's all you do. Don't seal it up. Put them in there in the fall. And then in the spring they have a root. And then he plants them. And I think they're about ready to go outside. But he has to make this thing like a vault, because the chipmunks get in there and just destroy everything. So he's working on that now, but Melissa and I wouldn't even start doing anything down here till about 2:30 in the afternoon. It's about 6:30 now. I have to run to Best Buy, which I'm not a fan of doing. I need to get a few things for my computer. So I think I'm going to wrap this up, but don't forget, Firestarter is available. Check the link in the description, pin comment as well. And also sign up for our newsletter. Go to outdoorswiththemorgans.com. There will be a pop-up that comes up. Enter your email and you will be signed up for the newsletter. I think that's about it. Appreciate y'all being here, and I will catch you on the next one.